Welcome to the last episode of Stories Untold, where we continue to bring you more inspiring stories of individuals who try to do better to inspire others. Today we're focusing on a former drug den which has been transformed into a soccer academy to assist young people to participate in sport.
Remember Elite Sports Academy is a non-profit organization that is focused on fostering sports development in the Vaal region. The multi-coded sports organization is dedicated to empowering the youth. The Matumbo family invested their time and finances to clean up, revamp, and transform the dilapidated sports field into what it is today.
1997, we won the Nike Premier Cup. The team was still run by my mom and my uncle at the time. In 2016, then I was brought in to be the acting development director, and that's when we pursued the municipality from 2011 right down till 2016 to obviously give us the facility, and we turn it into a sports academy. It has been a bit of a challenge and a journey, exciting one at times, but also with its own challenges and hardships. But the idea was to make sure that a child in sport will be a child that will never see court, and we brought in a lot of youngsters and we promoted the likes of Lucky Muteu, Simpio Mahlangu, Danzani, who was at Chiefs and now loaned at Richards Bay. And overall, we've also had athletes here. We've also currently have our Sasol team, which focuses on our girl child as well, and our GDL teams. So it's been a journey of trying to transform this facility from being a drug den or an area where crime was happening into becoming a beacon of hope and a theater of dreams for all our kids.
IRESA started at Mpumalanga, in my home endlini ekhaya. Umemba lo ngithi bambize uremember legama remember lona umfowethu empilweni yakhe azange asebenze usoloku adlalisa lebhola noma sasifisa ukuthi one time eValtech University ayimfuna ukuthi azocoacha yena azange wathi abantwana uzobashiya nobani. We are all fighting ukuthi awunomntwana iValtech izokupha indlu ikuphe continue nama studies wakho and then ucoach iValtech. Wathi yena angeke ngihambe lana ngishiya abantwana bami.
The Academy has an educational program focused on helping kids improve on their schoolwork.
We look at the boys holistically, in terms of values and discipline and education. So we have days where we teach them about values, RESA values, how to conduct themselves on-site and off-site. We have days where we conduct substance awareness, where we invite stakeholders like your Sanka to talk to the boys about the importance of being clean from alcohol and drugs usage. And in terms of study programs, we have under 14, under 15, under 17, and under 19. So they train on different days. Like on Mondays, when under 17 is training, I focus on under 14 and under 15. After school, from 3 o'clock to 5:30, we have a study where they go and do their homeworks. But I also help, because my qualification is a Bachelor of Science. I also have mathematics at university level. So I also get to help the boys a lot with mathematics and English and other subjects. So I also help the boys a lot.
Reza asked for help from private entities around the area. Ceramic Industries responded.
It's a funny one because when they came through, literally they didn't even have plans, architectural plans or whatever. All they wanted was to revamp this particular space, which we all as people familiar with it knew it as that spot that is dilapidated, that actually draws crime within the area. But I think having heard about the CEO's passion around sports and what literally sits behind Remember Elite Sports Academy in terms of its values. I think we were touched as ceramic industries to say, you know what, if somebody can literally trust a process at the stage where it is and put their money where their mouth is, we felt like we're able to say, let's consider it. So we took this project from phase to phase, and we are still partners. We haven't stopped, because for each stage then we consider and look into our books if we are able to help. But where we started was to make sure first we deal with infrastructure related issues, hence the donation from us as Ceramic Industries, our sister companies, Top T, Easy Tile for adhesives, PVCal panels for the roof that you see within the dormitories, and us making this feel like a home for the young ones, where we started to say Mandela Days, let's at least once in a while come through, bring our employees, engage with the young ones, play sports, raise funds. So it's actually started from being in a very brick and mortar to actually being a partnership of a unified way of saying, how do we help you continue to do what you are doing, which is great. We've seen young people come out of this center becoming sportsmen out there representing the Vaal, and in between that we'd like them to not worry about infrastructure related issues, and hence we've always been instrumental to donate towards infrastructure related causes for the center.
It's always been that corporate also has to understand what we are doing, and little is put into sport. You can even see it in the minister's budget recently. Sport is always seen as a by the way, but sport is actually the mother of all good things, because if a child is healthy, there's less obesity, less sicknesses. If a child has a healthy mind, there's more educational concentration, and there's more discipline. And sport teaches you that you have to practice to play a game, which means you have to study to pass your test. But with corporate not understanding that we've got to invest more in youth, because generally a country needs a younger youth that is in sport, because not only do we produce sports people, but we're producing citizens. We've got a young man who became a doctor, a young man who became an engineer, a young man who's currently running his own business. And back, those people become your taxpayers, and they become people that actually give back to society. We've had a challenge of trying to convince corporate why they should invest in such initiatives, and also investing some of their CSI project into sports, and not just education or health or other things, but rather investing in the youth through what youth love.
Paying it forward is a young doctor who used to be part of the academy and now serves as the academy's doctor.
I essentially started playing for the academy myself. I played back when I was starting, when I was doing grade 8 up until grade 11, until I went on to go for chiefs trials and whatnot, and I saw that there's so many of us, so with that being the case, I made a decision for myself to actually, let me just focus on my books. I did that, and by God's grace, I am a doctor today, and I am here right now. I'm giving back to the club. I make sure that the players are okay with regards to their health, with regards to even sometimes academics as well.
My experience recently, since I've came here to Remember Elite Sports Academy, has been a pretty good experience, because I've learned a lot, and I believe that it has groomed me to become a better individual as well as a leader.
Things for now, it's been good because of I learned a lot. Like as a family, so I learned a lot. The experience has been really good.
I would like corporate to come on board and come see our project and see how they can enhance it and make it better. I hope this project is not just about us or the people that are here, but it's about generational wealth for all our youth that is here, and for years to come, to give employment to those that have been here as players, and generally that have been here at the beginning, and for their kids and their kids, and so on. It must be something that we can point back and say, it started there, but it has grown to become this big in the future years. We know that in Vaal there is no PSL or NFD team, and we hope to become one of the team that will make that change, or bring that team back into the Vaal, and that will have its own economic spin-off.
Welcome back to Stories Untold. As we mark Human Rights Month in South Africa, the employment of people with disability remains a huge challenge. However, some employers are coming to the party.
Stories Untold featured the Deaf Empowerment Firm in 2023. The organization highlighted employment opportunities as a challenge. Heeding the call to help in the situation, Taba Eco Hotel partnered with the organization. Years later, Ntandosi has surpassed expectations and has been promoted to supervisor for the cleaners at the hotel, and she helps at the restaurant when needed.
I live in Soweto with my 2 daughters, but one of my daughters, the eldest, is in university now. I work here. I've been here for a long time, since 2019. I started with DF, Alex, and Alex is the one who recruited me, and she placed me to work here at Taba. I'm so grateful to Alex for giving me an opportunity to work here. DEF has given opportunities to the deaf community that are so scarce. The challenges that I encounter here working at the Crow restaurant, I have to move around a lot. A lot of people call me asking for things, so it's kind of confusing at times, but it's my job and I have to learn fast. So the managers would want me to do things and I have to do them fast.
I started here last year November and I met Ntandosi, a wonderful lady. You know, it was my first time also working with someone with special needs, and it was amazing. She's an amazing person. Her communication with information, communicating with us, it's just been an amazing journey with her since I've started. Never had issues with her. She's a lovely person, you know.
Since I started working here, I've gained so much experience. From 2019, I started as a cleaner. For 5 years, it's been such an inspiration. I grew within the company until I received a promotion. I am so passionate about my job, and I am a true reflection that deaf people can do it. I started as a cleaner, now I'm a supervisor for the other cleaners who work for the restaurant. I'm proud of myself. I'm still on a journey of learning more, and maybe one day I'll get a position and maybe I'll work as a manager. So my last 5 years, I have achieved what I was looking forward to. In my next 5, maybe I'll be a manager.
Well, she's been here many years, number one. And, you know, she's a loyal person. And, you know, the company looks after loyal people that's here. And her work ethic is just amazing. So why not the opportunity, you know? That was very important. And with her taking on this new role, she's just been amazing. You know, and she's never given us any issues since she's been the supervisor.
I've been working for a year now, and we've been working with Ntando, and she's just pleasant to work with, very funny. At first it was difficult to interact with her because I speak very fast, and then she's like, no, speak slow, and then I was like, okay, cool. But now I'm just like speaking slow and we interact very well. You know, she's very strict. Yeah, sometimes people will come to us like, yo, Ntandosi is shouting at us today. We're like, yeah, you need to do your job. That's why she's shouting. Yeah.
For the deaf community, the message that I have for you is that your seniors are not there to bully you. They are there to guide you, to teach you how to do your work. A lot of deaf people feel that when they are at work, they are bullied by their superiors. and therefore their behavior changes. They start coming late, they would go out and smoke when it's time for work, or they will spend more time in the toilets because they are unhappy about work, and eventually they end up leaving their jobs. So I believe that your seniors and my senior are there to guide you. They are looking after you.
Earlier, we indicated that this episode is the last episode of the show. We sat down with the team that's behind bringing you the amazing stories and the presenters to hear their thoughts on the show ending.
Hello, my name is Rulani Baloi. I've been with the Stories Untold team since 2023. I have great respect for the producers of the show. They really do their own research, and they do dig for stories which otherwise would not make it to the public platform. What I have learned is that every South African has a purpose and has a story to tell. And if we all dig deep into who we are, we'll find out that we can do more than what we have done. And to all of our viewers, keep doing good, keep doing right, and we can all change the world in which we live in.
My name is Kanyisi Lelavisa, and my journey at Stories Untold started in 2023 when I was an intern. So people that know me will definitely tell you that I've always been passionate about storytelling, and I do truly believe that Stories Untold has taken that, passion to a higher level. The first story I did was drug addiction recovery, and when I look back now, I see that I've mostly gravitated towards your hardcore-ish kind of stories. To name a few, I've did a story on women, females surviving GBV. I've done stories about safety in the public transport industry, and I think as much as we're a bit soft, I think I gravitated towards doing more of your hardcore-ish stories. With all of that said, I definitely do believe and think that Stories Untold has given me so much more room to grow as a producer, and I am truly thankful for this opportunity. I wouldn't have had it any other way. My last words to our viewers would be thank you so much for tuning in, week out, following all of us on our journeys. It really does not go unnoticed. So goodbye and until next time.
Ampule Molebatsi, one of the faces of Stories Untold. We started 10 years ago, and the show used to be called Bophelong, my very first conceptualized, driven, presented current affairs program. A big thank you to the SABC for giving me the opportunity to grow and be the person that I am today. When I started, I had just done varsity, didn't have much industry experience. This is where I learned all about television production and became an on-air personality. I got to polish myself on screen, also grown to who I am today. I look forward to many other shows that will be inspired by the concept of formerly known as Bophelong and now known as Stories Untold. For our last show, I'm full of gratitude for our viewers and the institution that is the SABC. My mentor, Mwaba Piri, Mbalile Sabe, Kifilo Mojapili, and many other people that played a role in us doing 10 years on screen.
My name is Londiwe Mtalane, and I'm one of the senior producers on Stories Untold. I joined the team about a year and a half ago, and it has sincerely and greatly changed my life. The stories I have seen have moved me to want to be of change and to be of service to others. It made me realize that our country is magnificent, and it's full of such promise, and it's full of wonderful people. In the future, I hope that the angels that we've touched and the angels that we've seen and had the experience of being with continue to do the hard work. And I hope that all fellow South Africans have been inspired by Stories Untold to be the change and to be their brother's keeper. It's been a wonderful experience, and I wouldn't have changed it for everything. Sad it's coming to an end, but all good things do come to an end eventually. And we hope that we've made a great change and we've inspired you to do great things.
My name is Wandile Mofokeng. I am a producer for Stories Untold here at the SABC. Stories Untold is an incredible program. We cover inspirational stories, and we have done good coverage of inspirational individuals. One that really stood out for me was when we did a show last December where we tried to see how people alleviate poverty within their own communities, and we covered an incredible individuals from Hope SA, where they give back to the community during festive season. As we all know that December time can be a really hard time for most South Africans. We would like to thank the audience for giving us their time, welcoming us into their homes, switching on the channels on social media. We truly appreciate the support. Hopefully we'll see each other in the near future.
Hi everybody, my name is Faith Manzini. I'm a senior producer for Stories Untold. I joined the team about a year ago, and the journey has been so incredible. Coming from news and COVID, it was so heavy. I was looking to do something impactful but light and entertaining, and boy oh boy did it deliver. Stories Untold has been wonderful for me. I've enjoyed producing every single story. Thank you for the organizations that have opened their doors for me, that opened their gates and their homes, told me their stories and told me how they love how I've told their stories. The feedback has been amazing, and thank you for the team here at SABC, the camera department, the final mix department, everybody that comes together, the editing team, to bring everything home so we could tell your stories, your good stories that make South Africans feel good, that has such a good impact on everybody, inspiring stories. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Ntandosi Tembu, a producer for Stories Untold. Working on this show was more than just a career for me. I lived my purpose. I've had the incredible opportunity to meet amazing individuals, from women to children and men who have survived challenges and came out as heroes. Thank you for allowing me to tell your story. To my fellow video journalists, mixers, producers, and editors, your passion, your dedication, and your art brought these stories to life. Stories Untold, thank you for bringing hope to South Africa. Thank you for challenging the societal norms. And thank you for bringing empathy and love on our screens.
Hi, my name is Ntandosi Kapuk, and I am the executive producer for Stories Untold. Although I've recently joined this team, it's really been an amazing journey working with such passionate people who want to tell the true South African story, one that is positive and empowering, where you see people striving from difficult backgrounds and rising up and becoming big things and making sure that they change their communities and they do everything they can to make sure no one is left behind. I'd also like to thank our viewers for making sure that you make this appointment with us every week. Thank you so much, and I'd like to encourage you to continue watching SABC News Channel for more.
From all of us at Stories Untold, thank you for allowing us into your personal spaces. And a huge thanks to all the individuals who allowed us to tell their stories. We hope we've been able to inspire you to do better to build your communities. Goodbye.